Hello and welcome back. Welcome to you if this is your first time on the channel. I'm happy you stopped by. Today I'll share a video of how you can make a very simple lantern that can be used either indoor or outdoor. So let's jump right into the video so you can see how you can make one of these or even a better one than this. So as I mentioned in the description, I'm using a Cedar Fence Picket. I'm using half of a Cedar Fence Picket. It's a little bit over 24 inch, but it's less than 25 inches. And I had previously planed this piece that I'm using down to half an inch from the 5/8 inch that it comes. So the first thing I did was to set my table saw blade height to 1/8 of an inch and made the groove there, which you will see later on that I used for one of the sides. So next I took it over to the miter saw and make the cuts. There were just about 4 cuts for the 4 sides, and then I made some extra cuts with the remaining pieces. Those smaller pieces will serve as the lead or the handle for the lead of the lantern. So as you would notice there, I'm just using the first cuts that I made and use them as a reference on the remaining pieces that I need to cut instead of marking out the lengths again. Later on in the video, you can see the dimensions. I will also add it in the community tab. So if you don't already know, cedar wood has a very natural, pleasant smell, and especially when you cut through the wood, you can get that very pleasant smell coming off the wood. So for that reason, I'm leaving this one unstained or unfinished, just to maintain that fragrance from the wood. So what I'm doing now is just adjusting the dimensions of what would be the front and the back of the lantern. I'm using decorative pieces for the front and the back, which I'll cut using an XTool D1 Pro laser cutter, and you will see me adding that later on in the video. You can feel free to skip ahead if you want to, but if you want to see the dimensions I used and you're planning on using those same dimensions, you can just watch through the steps and let me know if you need clarifications on any of the dimensions. I'll be happy to answer that. You can leave me those questions in the comments and I'll respond to them as quickly as possible. There you can see the purpose of the groove that was made as the very first step in the process. And if you're not comfortable with making the groove, you can just attach both sides just like I'm doing with the back piece. Just attach it right onto the back frame there with glue and some nails, or you can just glue it. It's not going to go anywhere as long as you're using a very strong bond. glue. The rest of the process is straightforward. I put the lead together, put in the smaller pieces in a stack and put it on top of the lead, and then attached a smaller piece to kind of hold the lead in place so that it does not move about. But that's pretty much it. We're done with this build, and next we'll take a look at what the final product looks like. And that's it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, click on the like button, and share it with somebody else who might like the video. Thank you. I appreciate you. And remember, all you need is just a little bit of faith and some DIY action to tackle this DIY project. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next video. Until I see you in the next video, my prayer is that God's light of love will shine upon you and your family, and you will have a tangible experience of God's love.